Hello Flostube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you the designs which I stitched during this year. Yes, every year in the end of December I am making a video where I'm showing what I have been stitching throughout the year. It's a video which is not easy for me to do because I have to get everything together and iron the ones which are not framed and you know. But nevertheless, it's a video which shows me first, like what I have stitched, and it's kind of how they say, final line, stitching line in that year. I hope you'll enjoy the video. I hope it's going to be interesting for you. I divided all my in today's video the designs which are stitched but they are not finished. Then the ones which are finished, I try to divide them according to brands, to designers, to brands, things like this. I hope it's going to be interesting for you. And I decided to start this video with the designs which were stitched during this year, but they are not finished. So they are not finished yet, either because I didn't have inspiration or I'm waiting to go to a professional framing how it's called, place and frame them professionally. Okay, so let me start with the first finished project work which you see in front of you. This is Rosewood Manor. This is supposed to be barnwood buttons, by the way. So I haven't stitched Rosewood Manor until this year because this year I stitched two. Didn't stitch any so far, and this year I stitched even two. Okay, so what happened actually? I have, by the way, all the designs I am speaking about today, all of them are present in my videos. So I won't stop with a lot of details. I'll just try like generally. Come on, I made it like larger so that you could see them. So this is Welcome Home design. I wanted to stitch this one very much. That's why I was looking for these buttons, the original pack of buttons. I finally found it. So I found the chart first. I purchased the chart. Then I was looking for the buttons and I found the buttons, don't remember, on the original site, I mean Rosewood Manor. And they were selling the buttons just with a chart. And then I noticed that they have two designs which can be stitched, and like this pack of buttons can be attached. And I decided not to buy this chart once more. I bought the other chart, not buttons. So I had 2 charts, 1 pack of buttons. The pack of buttons came, there were some replacements, so some of them were okay, some of them were not okay. The ones which I didn't like, I replaced myself again, but in the end the design is stitched. I changed the fabric, which was recommended initially, and I changed the thread. In my case, this one is stitched with silk thread, because originally it's stitched with cotton threads with which that works, if I'm not wrong. So I changed it. I'm happy about the change. I'm very happy about the result. I will be even happier when I'll have the time and the opportunity to go and frame this one. So it's beautiful. And after stitching this one, I was left with a chart with experience from the previous design, and I decided why not trying to play with this one as well. That's why I made a choice of fabric. So because this is my choice of fabric, it's also Pictures Plus, but it's something different. I stitched with silk thread again, not the one which is recommended, again from what I had in my stash. And here, instead of buttons, the pack of buttons which was sold, I purchased mother of pearl flowers, because in my case it's a flower how does it, meadow, yes. I'm very happy about the changes I have done. I'm happy about the result which I have. I would say so far it's unique, because I haven't seen this one in any video, so this was my idea, and I'm happy about this outcome. So in such a way I stitched both designs which were supposed to be stitched with the button pack. Then I have Shepherd's Bush Gratitude sampler. This is one of their large samplers, and this is the largest design by Shepherd's Bush which I have stitched so far, because I have stitched, I wouldn't say very many, but pretty many designs. And this design was a dream of mine, because I told myself that I would buy this kit when I would have stitched at least a few designs by Shepherd's Bush, because I had the situation that I was buying kits by Shepherd's Bush, but I was not stitching them. And I said, I'm not stitching, this is not good. Let me start stitching. If I'll be good at stitching them, if I like the style, if I like the result, I'll buy more. If no, not. And after stitching a few designs, a few kits, I decided that I deserve to buy the Gratitude sampler. It was this year, yes, it was this year when I purchased it, and when it came I said I want to stitch it, and I stitched it. It's a pretty fast stitched design. I would say so, nothing difficult, but here where they have this fields, this grass to be filled, it's not complicated at all. Beautiful, I like it a lot, and I hope that I'll be able to finish it frame it like with a large beautiful frame. Next design is Le Jardin by Sandy Wharton, and this would be the second design in this series, because the first one was Lily Sampler, which I stitched last year, and I stitched it according to a dimensions kit. That one was released as a dimension kit. This one doesn't exist as a kit. This one is only as a chart in 2 magazines, Just Cross Stitch, which I purchased. In my case, I didn't stitch with Kreynik silk thread, because I wanted all of these designs because I want to stitch 3 more from this series. Not all of them are Sandy Wharton's. There is one, if I'm not wrong, the Chinese sampler, belongs to Nancy Rossi, if I'm not wrong. All of them are stitched with cotton threads. That's why I decided to keep here the idea with cotton threads. I didn't do the great work of finding the counterpart of the Kreynik floss. An Ukrainian stitcher already did this a couple of years ago, and she was so kind to leave her changes on Instagram. And it's not me, the first one who stitched according to her change. So there are a few stitchers who already did this. I'm happy. I'm how to say, I'm contented by the result, so I wouldn't say that it looks bad. Yes, I know that in silk it would look different because there are colors which don't have counterpart in DMC, but nevertheless I am happy. Also, I would say that this was the design which I was most afraid of to stitch, yes, due to these roses. I was quite afraid that I won't be able to do them appropriately, but no, they were okay. I mean, the roses and the leaves, you see, because so far the everything else I used to do, but not this element, but that's okay. I will be happy if this year, I mean like next year, 24, I'll manage to stitch one more from this series. This is Paradise Floral, I think. That one I don't have, that one was released as kit by Jeanlin, if I'm not wrong. I haven't met that kit being sold since I am interested in those designs. That's why I'm going to stitch it according to the chart only, because there is going to be DMC thread again. I hope it's going to be okay. Again, I'm not going to be the first. There are already stitchers who stitched that design in DMC and it looks very beautiful. So Le Jardin by Sandy Wharton. Next one is a design which I finished not a long time ago. This is Blackbird design Loose Feathers. I had the charts because there are 3 separate charts. Purchased a couple even 3 years ago, I don't remember exactly. In time I also kitted it with the hand dye threads, because this one, the key of this one asks for classic color works and gentle art, and I had them. And you know that I'm a fan of stitching seasonal designs. I mean, summer in summer, autumn in autumn. And this one was starting with summer. So it was like summer, autumn, and winter. And I decided like during the summer that it would be a good idea for me to start, because until the end of the year, or at least in December, I will have a finished work. The fabric is the fabric which was recommended by the key was one which is difficult to find. I don't remember, Lakeside Linens, no. Don't remember which one, but I know that every time when the key says about that that fabric, that one is very difficult to find. I was trying like in the beginnings when I used to find that linen, but now I'm not even trying. This one is simply dyed by me with coffee. So this is Zweigart 30-second count, and I dyed it with coffee, and that's it. I did it. Nice. Next one is Dimensions, Sweet Nectar. This is a design which I wanted, and that's why I paid for it quite a lot of money, I would say, because the rare designs by Dimensions, you know that there are a few of them which cost money, but you know, like I used to have pretty many designs by pretty many kits by Dimensions, and like in the last 3, even 4 years, I think, I slowly and nicely I filtered them. Filtered meaning that I was looking what I bought just spontaneously, just because I thought it's a good price, you know, and I decided what I want to stitch. I left just the ones which I want to stitch. I sold everything I just bought, I don't know, very easily without thinking, and started buying little by little the designs which I really wanted, because in like 5 years ago I said I won't buy this design because it's rare and it's expensive. Now I decided that I won't buy 5 designs which are not so expensive but I'm not going to stitch. I'm going to buy one, but the one which I want, and it's going to cost for the same money. And what's the point of having like 50 when you know you are not going to stitch those 50? you have 15, you know that in the next 15 years you're going to stitch them. At least I decided that I don't have many gold collections like this big gold collection designs kits, and I decided that if I'm going to stitch one a year, this is going to be a super good result, take into account that I'm stitching a lot of little things. That's why this year's task was Sweet Nectar by Dimensions. This is Lena Liu. There are plates like this. I purchased all the plates, I have them. So nice, really nice. And it wasn't stitched so difficultly and long in time. Nice. Then it's Secret Santa by Lavender and Lace. This was the first design which I finished stitching this year. Let me make like this. And the next one is Lavender and Lace, Secret Santa. This was the first finished design of this year. My pride and joy. I wanted this design very much, and I was very happy and fortunate that kind of a few years ago I managed to find the needle paint threads at normal prices, I would say, and I managed to find them, because now it's very difficult to find them at any price, because this one is stitched with needle paint threads. Generally speaking, this one is stitched with all the materials called by the key. I mean, I respected the fabric which was recommended by the key, even if in the beginning I was thinking that the fabric is too dark, but then I said that I would trust the designer Merlin, and yes, this one is beautiful. I don't regret a bit that I haven't changed the fabric, I haven't changed anything. Beautiful, really beautiful. I hope very much that I'll find the time and the money to make it a really, how do I say, rich finishing, like framing, because this one with so much gold, it asks for quite how do I say, nice finishing. And the words here, everything, and Santa's rug, which is stitched everything with cranic. Marvelous. Every time I'm taking this one out from I mean the box where I keep all the stitched designs like this, I'm always like, wow, this one is beautiful. Then I have sampler. This is a collaboration, the friendship sampler, a collaboration between Shepherd's Bush, Charlene Designs, and Just Nan. I remember this one being a very much wanted and desired design, and when I finally managed to find it, because if I remember correctly, I found on eBay somebody was selling the Charlene design and Just Nan with the charms, the chart with the charms, and then I found the chart because the chart from Shepherd's Bush, this one, just the chart is very cheap, it's like $4 I think, but the charm, this one, I found it like more difficult. The charm, they say, is sterling silver. It's $12 if I'm not wrong, or 15, don't remember. Now, nevertheless, I think that I managed to find this materials for a very decent price, because if I'm not wrong, for this shoe I paid 30 and something dollars, and this one was like 12 plus 4, 16, because if somebody is selling this one on eBay, I mean the whole thing, the wall free parts and the charms wall free parts, I saw them being sold even with $170 if I'm not wrong. That was the reason why I was not buying it previously, because I saw it like twice or even 3 times being sold, but it was too expensive. And when I managed to have it, I stitched it immediately, but I haven't finished it. You see, this is bad actually. Then I have Just Nan, Miss Kitty's Dragonflies. I remember that I was not buying this design for a long time because I don't know why I didn't understand it. I didn't like it, but when I understood it and liked it, I purchased it like immediately, I would say. Nice one. Haven't finished yet because I don't know how to finish this one beautifully. Then also from Just Nan I have Wildflower Wishes, pretty popular. Unfortunately it was taken out of print, this one. Also haven't finished it yet because I couldn't manage thinking how to finish it, but you know, like So far I still think that this one would look beautifully in a frame. No, not a pin cushion, nothing else than a frame, in a frame. I don't know, I'll see. Then I have another Just Nan. These are two charts, having each of them having two designs, and all of them together form 4 seasons. At that time, seasonal gems they're called. At that time, I don't know why I thought that it's a good idea to stitch them separately, not together. I don't know now if this is such a good idea. I don't know what to do with them, so that I would put them together. I'll think about this. Honestly, I think that I'll think about this, what to do and how to stitch, so that they would go nicely. Either to put all of them together or make each of them into a pin cushion, or buying frames, little frames, because Tiki Maxx has little frames, buying little frames and framing each of them in a little frame. And the last unfinished design, which was stitched this year, this is dimensions. This is supposed to be a Gold Collection Petite, but I didn't have the original kit. I was looking for it for quite a long time, couldn't find it. And you know what's interesting, that after I stitched it totally, finally, on our eBay, 2 of them, like, okay, not at the same time, but in time, very small difference, like very short time, one after the other, they were sold. Not for a lot. Okay, they were like more expensive than usual petite. It's normal because this one is out of print, but okay, it was a decent price. And I said, okay, but I stitched this one. What did I do? I replaced. I didn't take the 18th count Aida, which was recommended originally. I took a 32nd count Belfast Antique White. I had the original, the scan of the original chart, and I had the Cross Stitch Saga application app chart where I stitch, and I looked through my dimensions floss and chose all the threads which were recommended here from my dimensions. Unfortunately, not all of them were enough, because in the end I added some DMCs as well, but nevertheless I think the design turned out to be beautiful. I like it very, very much, so I don't regret a bit that I stitched it from scratch, as I used to say. Yes, and that's it. So this would be all the designs which are not framed, which are not finished into anything yet. And when speaking about the finished designs, I would like to start with the designs, with the finished stitches, which belong, how do I say, I have just one design from that designer, yeah, because the rest of them, which I'm going to show you after this, they all belong to 3 designers. Yes, believe it or not, 3 designers, and that's it, because I even divided them. Okay, so let me start with this one. So this is Birth Record by Luca S. It was stitched not a very long time ago to be given as a present, so I'm showing it to you one more time, and then probably you won't see in my videos this one. Okay, then I have a bow it's called. This is by Dimensions. This is how it looks like. This one was a kit. It's Home Sweet Home, or I don't remember how it was called. I remember being in love with this one. I have one more. It's an autumn one, and I am intending to stitch that one. And the rest, because I would like to have one at least for every season. I would like to stitch them from. I have a Stony Creek booklet to stitch it from there. So I stitched 3 designs from Dimensions this year. Big gold collection design, petite gold collection design, and this one, a simple one. And the framed one, or no framed, finished one is just this one. The rest of them are not finished. I liked it very much when I stitched it. It was a pure pleasure to stitch it. Then my big delight and joy. This is Victoria Sampler. I have just one design by Victoria Sampler, stitched and finished this year. This is the autumn box. Yes, I wouldn't stop saying that I'm very proud of myself that I did this one. And I stitched and finished not only the box, I have also a pin cushion here. So this one was supposed to be a box with a pin cushion on the top, but I made it like into a simple pin cushion. This one, squirrels everywhere. And also to these scissors I made a small fob with also a pumpkin. Beautiful one. I showed it in my videos, told about everything, how it was going on, how difficult for me the finishing like took all my nerves, honestly. Honestly. And when I finished it I said that, no, I'm not going to do any of the boxes from Victoria Sampler. When I was looking at it, like taking it in my hand, even now I'm thinking, oh, maybe one more box, maybe the winter one, because that one is not so complicated to be done. But I'll see, of course I'll see. And one more thing I have, this is a design Tea Time Butterfly from the Just Cross Stitch magazine. One of the magazines where it was half of the chart from the Jardin Sampler. I liked very much this one. This one is stitched with Cranic and Mhill beads, and I was like very happy to do it and stitch it. And I finished it as it was shown there on the preview in a Framecraft porcelain box, the same color we were showing there, and I'm super happy of how this one looks like. So this were like one design from one designer. Yes, let's go to the other three groups and let's see what I have. And the first from the three groups I wanted to show you, this is Mhill, and I have quite a few designs by Mhill stitched this year. Why do I say unfortunately? Because I'm a person who loves Mhill very much. That's why it's an unfortunate thing that I don't have so many stitched Mhill. Let me start with what I have. I have two little decorations like this. I have this bunny, it was stitched for Easter, and I have such a honey pot, it was stitched in May. I had this one purchased like beforehand, and I said it's time to stitch them. I have like felt here, and they have this thing because they are hanging on my white tree. Then I stitched and I finished the Haunted House. This was a newly released design. I mean, like, it was released this year. I liked it enormously. I'm usually not so so if I like a design by Mhill, I may buy it, for example, if it's a new one, but I'm not insisting on stitching it then. Rarely when I'm insisting stitching it then. And this is one of those designs which was stitched like pretty fast and soon, I would say. Beautiful. And I had also this pumpkin frame, also by Mhill, purchased like also this year but previously, and we made a beautiful pair together. And I have also stitched just one out of these three. It's this design, it's just I'm not going to take it like out of there just to show it to you. So this is Swan Song. This is a mini banner design, out of print unfortunately, a beautiful one. This is how it looks like. I just had the other ones stitched, and I thought about such a finishing because they are small, you don't know what to put them. And this is an ideal thing. I said ideally I would like to stitch more. I don't have so many in my stash, but I'm intending of stitching them from scratch if I'm going to stitch them. And I said that when I'm going to have the next three, I'm going to take out this color of don't remember how this one is called. I'm going to put a different color matching, for example, autumn, and I'm going to pin here 3 autumn designs. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy a new frame because these are cheap frames from the range. I'm going to buy a new frame, and that's it. I'm going to make a new frame with autumn things, and that's it, in case I'm going to have stitched, because so far I don't have anything. Yeah, but so far I'm very happy how this turned to be. These two were stitched the previous year. This one also was an original kit, but this one is stitched from scratch. But how do I tell you? I had the chart and I had a donor kit because I used the fabric, and I used the gross grain ribbon from that fabric, from that kit. The DMC thread and the Mhill Hill already, you can buy. And I was very fortunate that here it was the treasures which we needed are these flowers which are not out of print, so you can buy them. So this one is stitched from scratch, but with the materials which are according to the key, so it doesn't make any difference if I would have bought the kit. Beautiful. I'm super happy about this one. And this is everything. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Mhill Hill designs I stitched this year. And the next group, this is Shepherd's Bush. Yes, not so many, but still more. So I stitched the 2 trays because the other 2, the autumn one and the Christmas one, were stitched in the previous year, so the other 2 were finished this year. So I have the B tray, BZB, I don't remember how this one is called. This is how it looks like. Nice one, very nice. Then I have the Gather Moments one, which is with a sheep here. This is how it looks like. Then I have this design, I don't remember exactly how it's called. This one it's special for me because I bought the Jill Ransel mat, and I think this one makes this little work so special, so nice. Here is a button, and I use the Wigs That Works hand-dyed threads which were recommended, and the frame I tried to find the same color of the frame which was on the preview, and I'm really happy about this one. Nice one. Then before Easter I stitched such a bag. Unfortunately, it's just one because I was intending to stitch the others. I have 4 more or 3 more, don't remember exactly, 4 seasons. I wanted at Halloween to stitch 1 more, but you cannot stitch everything you have to give it time. So I hope that little by little I'll do all of them. So this is how this one looks like. And I have 3 rolls. I have the Happy Egg, the Easter roll. This is how it looks like. And then I have the bee roll. Here I changed the bee charms. They were silver, and I didn't want them silver because as far as I know, originally they didn't used to be silver. So that's why I kind of changed them. And the tuner needle roll. This one also beautiful. Beautiful, very beautiful. And the Gratitude sampler, also stitched by Shepherd's Bush, the big one, which is not framed, and I showed you in the beginning of the video. And the last designer which I want to show you, the ready finished the works. Of course, it's not difficult to guess, it's Jasnan. Yes, because I'm stitching a lot of Jasnan, I admit. So this is everything that I stitched and I finished from Jasnan this year. Let me start with these ones. So this is a series of 4 trinket boxes and something which accompanies them. They are long time out of print, but I have the Scarlet Ladybug, original one, like purchased a few years ago from eBay. And I saw on Jasnan group on Facebook that the stitchers are kind of reviving this series by buying trinket boxes and stitching the accompanying designs. So I have here kind of replacement for Minerva, and this is her mouse. This is how it looks like. And I also have Noella and her berry, also a trinket box. So trinket box, this is what it means. You can place it inside, though this one doesn't fit, you know. the mouse fits in, but this one doesn't fit here. But I didn't even try because I'm not going to put them inside the trinket boxes. This is how it looks like. Then let me start with something with small things. I have the Snowfall Biscornu. This is the latest new winter released Biscornu. This is how it looks like. And also from the winter releases I have the Santa in the house slide. So this is the slide, and this is Santa which is in the house. This is how it looks like. This two. Then I stitched during the year all four the pockets. This is how they look like. So some of them, very few of them I had the chart too, only two. So let me show you one by one. Only the owl pocket is the only one where I had the chart with the embellishment back, and I had the winder, owl winder, you see. And the butterfly, I had the chart with the embellishment pack, and the butterfly I bought it separately. It's not the original one, but it looks like the original one, you see. Here it looks like. And then the turtle one. This one is stitched already from scratch, as I used to say, because I didn't have anything for this one. But the materials are according to the key, because the Weaves That Works thread, which was recommended by the key, is purchased here. And here, instead of winder, I purchased, this is a decorative turtle, and I don't like it very much because this one is tall and is heavy, and I still need, and it's falling. First of all, it's tall to be tucked there, and I'm thinking about buying brooch, you know, taking that part and finding something which is flat, as in the example of this one, the winter one, you see. So this sheep, this one is a brooch. I took this side, and it looks pretty nice here, and it fits nice. This one is my favorite, by the way. It was stitched the last, and this is my favorite. Also I have here a mouse on a tin. This one, the lady bird mouse. This was the last one which was released in this series, with red tail, and the thing which is inside. This is how it looks like. Beautiful. And I can also show you a needle roll, my first needle roll and the only one I have so far. This is Lady Bird needle roll. You see, this one was stitched from scratch because I didn't have the original embellishment pack, but I made the embellishment pack the original. I mean, like this one which is used here, it's exactly like the original one, the 2mm beads. Beautiful. I hope I'll stitch the other rolls by Nan as well. Come on. Nothing has pins here because usually if the thing is not on display, I take the pins out. And then if we speak about Halloween, I have such a cube, pumpkin mouse at Frightmare House. I always forget how this one is called. I wanted this one for a long time, and I couldn't find it, and I mean for a decent price, because for a lot of money of course you can find it. Finally somebody shared the chart with me, and I already looked for the material, so this one is kind of made just on the basis of the chart. And it's the pumpkin mouse with the, this is how it looks like. And also, if to speak about Halloween, I stitched the newly released Elvira's Frightful House. So this is Elvira, and this is her Frightful House. Nice one. And what else I have? Yeah, if to speak about the framed ones, I have 12 flowers. This one, I remember that I had this one like a few years ago. Thought that I won't stitch it. I sold it, and then I changed my mind and found it again and bought it and stitched it. And the frame, by the way, it was a frame I found at TK Maxx. I liked the frame. Didn't buy it specifically for this design, just like the frame. Bought it, brought it home, and this design was stitched at the time, and I just tucked it here. I didn't make even the nicer, you know, like thing, but I like how it looks here. So far it's going to stay here. Also, if we speak about the framed ones, I have Promises, the pair of doves. It was stitched in February, and initially this one was finished into the Framecraft porcelain box, but after stitching the golden butterfly, I finished that one there and took them out and found such a nice frame, also in the form of the heart, because the stitching is in the form of the heart. Such a nice frame, again in TK Maxx, and I reframed them. Okay, more little things. Perpetual Pentagon. Not a very popular design, as you probably know, but I like it a lot. And here it looks like. Nice one. Really, really nice one. It also has the pins, this one. Okay, then I have Petticoat Heart, quite popular design. I stitched it before Easter and finished it in a pin cushion, as you can see. The only thing I replaced the bead, which was the heart bead, which was here, because previously in another design I had it and I didn't like how it looked like, how it behaved. So this is mother of pearl heart. Okay, and then Sunny Summer Happy Gardens. This one, Happy Garden, this one is called. It also has a pin. I was very happy when I found it with the pin, and I eventually stitched this one. Okay, and I have two more mini biscornius. The other two were stitched previous year, so it was the autumn and the winter one, and now I have the spring one with the bunnies here and here, and probably this is the summer one, Feathers and Flowers, this one is called. This one comes on two colors of fabric. Here is raw linen and here is ice blue linen, if you noticed this. Beautiful, very really small, but they are beautiful. And also have here, I don't remember how this one is called. I think not Gingham Tulip. I'm not sure how it's called, but this one was a dream, because it's rare, and when it sold for expensive. And I was lucky to find this tulip charm, and then like I was looking for this Gingham fabric from Gratiano and having them. Of course I had the chart I used to have for a few years, but the thing is that if you don't have the original, the how they say, the key of this design is in the fabric and the charm. If you have them, of course the chart as well. And when I managed to put all these puzzles together, I was like stitching it immediately. I was super happy that I managed to have it, and I framed it. Also here I have such a design. I don't remember exactly how the design is called. I will remember that I also wanted this for a long time and managed to find it, like the original chart with the embellishment bag. And when I started stitching it, you know, I was thinking that I want to finish it nicely. I wanted a bell pull because it was the time when I was finishing everything in a bell pull, but I didn't know how. And the inspiration was chart by Amy Bishop. There it's an autumn design, but also it comes like with two colors of fabric, the fabric which is stitched and the other fabric, and it's hardanger here, you see. I was like thrilled by hardanger. I'm very, very happy about this one, like very happy. Nice. Really, really nice. And one more frame design. This one I used to have. This is pattern pack, because you know, like this one also is pattern pack, this one, but this one I used to have already. So the fabric, the embellishment pack, and the chart. This is orchid pearl orchid, pearl orchid, don't remember exactly how it's called. This one I used to have in my stash, and when I kind of stitched this one, I said, okay, I'm stitching this one as well, so that I would have both of them. Nice, really, really nice. And that's it. That's everything about Just Nan with what I stitched this year, and that's everything about the designs which I stitched and I finished this year. I haven't shown you anything which is in progress. I don't have so many, because I'm not the kind of stitcher who stitches parallelly many designs. I used to stitch like a few and finish them. I just thought presenting you in this video just the designs which I stitched and I finished. I hope you had the patience to watch this video. I hope it was interesting for you, and of course see you in the next videos. Until then, bye bye.